Ken Sakel here with a video tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to build a custom skill in Voice Apps, a third-party product for creating Alexa skills without any coding. We started this in step 1, where we created a basic custom skill template. If you haven't seen that video, you might want to take a look at that one, and we will pick up where we left off with our template and add some content to our skill. If you remember, it's our Ken's Diner skill, so we will log into Voice Apps, open up our skill, and get started with adding some content. In our Ken's Diner skill, we'll add our first new intent. The first new intent that we're going to add is going to be a navigation intent. With Voice Apps, you don't have a structured navigation like you do with a website. However, when you first come into a skill, you really don't know what the skill can do. So this is really guiding the user along with options that they can say to move through your skill. So we'll give this new intent a name of navigation. And this navigation is not going to be triggered by what the user says. This will just initiate immediately after the welcome. So we will change this to another intent, and we will select welcome. Therefore, once the welcome is complete, it'll initiate our navigation intent. And in our navigation intent, we will tell the user what they can do with our skill. And our skill will have 3 main functions. It'll tell the story of our diner, it'll give them the location, the hours of our diner, or it'll tell them the menu. So those are the 3 basic functions or intents that our skill will support. Our navigation will go ahead and list those out. One really neat feature about Voice Apps is that you can put in several different variations of what Alexa will say, and it'll randomly choose which one. So what I will do is enter in several different variations of what our skill can do and just change the order so that way it feels less robotic. I'll add those in and come back in just a second. So here I've added in 3 different variations. You can probably add in a few more if you wanted to. This again lets our skill sound a little less robotic, so that way every time they come in they don't hear the exact same thing. And another design principle that is fairly common amongst voice skills is that new users will need this type of instruction. However, if you've come back to the skill several times, you now know and understand the navigation, what the features are, and you don't need to be told every single time. So this information really becomes a bit redundant. Therefore, another great option is this response will be active from visit 1 to 0, which is infinity. What we can do is change that from 1 to 5, so the first 5 times a user enters the skill, they'll get that information. We can now add in a new response, and the new response will just be, how can I help you? How can I help you? We'll want to make that active from our 6th visit to infinity. Again, now this makes our skill feel a little less robotic. We'll publish this up to our developer console and test it out. We're back in our Alexa developer console, and we'll test out our skill to make sure the additional content has been successfully published. Open Ken's Diner.
Welcome to Ken's Diner. Would you like to listen to our story, know our location and hours, or hear our menu?
Great, so the additional content has come through. One thing you can do is look at our JSON output, and you'll see that we're at our first visit. What I'll do is I'll execute it a few more times, check out the variations that come through, and also ensure that on our 6th visit, we get our shortened introduction. This concludes video number 2, and we'll come back in another video, video 3, with adding some additional content to our skill. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.